For my final project, I did a mural-style digital painting. This is meant to be viewed or quote-unquote read from left to right, with the left side being the wolves' absence, the right side being the established and product of the wolves and beavers, and the center a blend of the return. For the background of my painting, I made a dry brown grassland on the left and a lush green meadow with a dammed river turned lake on the right. I added the beaver dam and beavers because their return to Yellowstone coincided with the wolves'. One source said they were reintroduced around the same time, another said it was the willow growth that enticed them back. I had a little bit of difficulty with getting the forest at the top to look right, but ultimately I'm okay with how it turned out. I tried drawing some of the elk initially, but I wasn't happy with them, so I moved on to just doing the beavers next to their dam. After the background and beavers, I started work on the creatures who benefit from wolf kills. I made a dead cow elk and surrounded her with a bear, fox, and wolverine. Later, I added a coyote pack. While I did not add them, other animals benefit from wolf kills as well, such as cougars, eagles, and especially ravens. Ravens and wolves actually have a special bond where ravens will lead wolves to a carcass or follow hunting wolf packs. They also can hang out or play together. I began to add some wolves howling around the lake and the tree line to try and show how the fear of wolves changed the elk behavior. Later on in the video, I added the elk to the left side, where the explanation of the behavior makes more sense. The research I found describes it may not have actually been the wolf killing the elk that impacted the willows, but actually the fear of wolves driving the elk to change their eating habits. They swapped from spending time out in the open munching away on grasses and the willows that could not grow, to hiding in trees, giving the willows some relief. The willow growth was an important part of this, so of course I had to draw willow trees. I realize now these may actually be aspen willows, but willows is what I've been calling them. I tried to show how with the migration of elk, the trees could grow from left to right. Because the beavers use willows for their dams and food, of course there were still going to be some stumps and small growing trees. The end of painting the willows is approximately when I realized I misread the due date and began to rush the end result out of panic. I dreaded a lot drawing a large amount of elk on the left, as shown by me starting and then ending it earlier. I put it off to last because of that. I greatly utilized the copy and paste function of my art program, as well as the ability to mirror and resize the drawings. This made it a lot easier to give the appearance that they may not have just been copy and pasted unless scrutinized or watching this video. Lastly, I painted some elk being hunted by wolves to convey the behavioral changes and mix of them being abundant, and mix the left side of them being abundant in the field with the right side of them being restricted to shelter with their numbers lower. I had the wolves chase them towards the tree line. Afterwards is when I wanted to add more carcass competitors, settling on a coyote pack.